Hey, Clifford.
Jason, how are you doing?
The shuttle bus is about to begin its journey back into time. Please sit down on the bench seats and not on the armrests. If some of your party is still on their way, please step off the shuttle and wait for the next one. Please remain seated with your legs and arms inside the vehicle at all times while it is in motion. Again, for your safety, please take your seats. Start the engine, my friend. Send me back into time. Dinosaur National Monument is a national treasure of dinosaur bones and majestic river canyons. It is one of over 370 National Park Service units set aside for the benefit and the enjoyment of the people. This 2.5-minute ride will take you to the dinosaur quarry and the display of bones left as an educational and scientific exhibit for this and future generations. The shuttle completes its round-trip journey once every 15 minutes, so enjoy your visit to the past as long as you like. When your journey to the past is complete, you may either ride the shuttle or walk down at any time. Excavation of the bones in the quarry ceased in 1991. Further work on the quarry face would only diminish the scientific value of the exhibit, so no further excavation is planned in the quarry building. Study of the bones and the sediment surrounding them tells us the story of how these dinosaurs died and the environment in which they lived, so research to this day continues. Your commitment to the protection of this national monument will allow future generations to touch and be touched by America's soul. So please, do not remove or destroy anything. Please remain seated until the shuttle comes to a complete stop. After traveling 145 million years into the past, you'll enter the quarry building by walking up the ramp. To protect the exhibits, food, drinks, smoking, and pets are not allowed inside the visitor center. Once in the building, the self-guided tour begins by entering the double doors on your right. A variety of ranger-led activities are scheduled throughout the day. Ask a ranger for times and topics. After you tour the quarry, consider visiting the sweeping vistas of the Harper's Corner Scenic Drive. The views will allow you to experience firsthand the beauty and magic that is Dinosaur. Have a safe and enjoyable visit, and we hope to see you again here at Dinosaur National Monument.
Amy.
Oh, G. Yeah, that's how
Look at all that, listen.
What is that for?
To help keep this park.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Good. This is my last decent-sized crowd of the year, probably. Last 2 weeks have been absolutely dead, and we kind of thought that Labor Day weekend might be dead, but I guess we were wrong. On behalf of your National Park Service, everybody at Dinosaur, I'd like to welcome you. My name's Jason. I got the best job in the park. All I have to do is spend every day of my summer taking people out on walks, hikes, give talks at the quarry, do the campfire program. So I got it real easy. I'll spend about 15 minutes with you guys, giving you some of the reasons that we think dinosaurs may have actually been warm-blooded and active just like you and me. First of all, I got to ask, does anybody know for sure what a dinosaur is? That's what I thought. So I got 100 people in here. You all came to this Dinosaur National Monument having no clue what you were going to say. I don't buy it for a second. Come on. Okay, I'll get real scientific with you, just to prove to you that nobody, including myself, I didn't even know what a dinosaur was when I came here. Dinosaur has a bone right here, between the two shoulder blades. It's called the coracoid. If that bone is 2 times wider than it is tall, that's a dinosaur. That's true. So, see, none of you knew what a dinosaur was, and I didn't either. But it goes a little bit deeper than that. How many people want to say dinosaurs are a reptile? Ah, no hesitation out there. Okay, that's good. Well, let me tell you what a reptile is. If you were to take that big honking 4,000-page Western dictionary, open it to page 1,928, you would see the word reptile. And it is defined as an animal which crawls on its belly as in a snake, or walks on small, short legs splayed out to the side like a lizard. A dinosaur is then not a reptile, at least not according to the dictionary, because dinosaurs walk just like you and me. They walked upright, whether they were on 2 legs or on 4, their weight was still directly over their legs. That's very important because that's one of the ways that scientists describe what an animal's all about. So, let's take a look at some of the reasons we think dinosaurs are warm-blooded. I'm going to take an animal here. This guy. Yeah, I know. The head looks a little small, but that drawing, other than the fact that the guy put the legs on backwards, supposed to bend out to the front, not to the rear, but at any rate, that's a pretty accurate drawing, and let me tell you why. That animal is 35 feet long, and this is his full-size head. So as you can see, just like an NFL football player, his head is attached directly to his body, and there is no neck involved whatsoever. True story. So that's actually very, very accurate. Well, what's so different about this dinosaur than most of the others? Oh my gosh, none of you speak Latin? Get out of here, I'm done. Forget this. Stego. Stego in the Latin is, well, reptile, yeah. Anybody else know what stego might mean? What's the big thing on his back? The plates. Yeah, stego, that's plated or root lizard. Well, we've got one of these plates right up here. In fact, Stegosaurus was so common in this quarry that in 1909, all the way through 1924, when Mr. Douglas was digging here, he would find the first thing he found, in fact, was 8 tail vertebrae of a Brontosaurus, weathering out on top of the hill about 35 feet above the present promontory. He saw 8 bones pretty much just like these. And as he took away all of that rock, he saw that was going to be one beautiful Brontosaurus. And another animal going on top of that, a Stegosaurus. And unfortunately, Mr. Carnegie wanted 80-foot-long animals. He didn't want Stegosaurus just a wee bit, 35 feet long, 15,000 pounds. Nothing that small. He was big. And no matter where Mr. Douglas dug, he would always find beautiful, long-necked, long-tailed dinosaurs with a Stegosaurus getting in his way every single time. So we've got some plates from the Stegosaurus up here. If you look above my head, about 35 feet. you'll see two cracks that come together. One comes in from the left and one from the right, where they join to form one crack running pretty much straight up and down. From the point where those two cracks come together and go up about 6 feet, and on the right-hand side, you'll see a triangular Stegosaurus plate up there. Is there anybody who can't see that? All right, everybody's got a pretty good view of it then. But from that triangular Stegosaurus plate, go over this direction about 6 feet, and right next to an arm bone, you're going to see a rectangular plate up there with a red and gray checker on it. That is also a Stegosaurus plate. Give you a little idea on how different the plates could actually be. And we have absolutely no clue why that is. Some are triangles, some are rectangles, some look like little diamonds. Who knows? Maybe they were different size plates based on whether you were male or female, or just one of those great unknowns. So, there's an Ivy League university that sought to see whether or not Stegosaurus was a warm or a cold-blooded dinosaur. And the reason they wanted to look at that Stegosaurus was because of those plates. And about 50% of those scientists said, okay, I got it. Those plates, they're on the back, that's a cold-blooded dinosaur. And that cold blood and that huge body is going to go up in those plates. There's going to be some blood vessels in there. And all that Stegosaurus is going to do is move around and shine those plates into the sunlight. The sun's going to heat up that blood. It's going to be like a microwave for that animal's blood. That's what those are, solar collectors. About 30% of those scientists said, no way. Look at the rules. Look at the rules. Today on Earth, and we think that animals back then, 150 million years ago, probably lived by the same rules. The rules today are if you're cold-blooded, you're on the ground. That makes sense. That's where you're going to get a lot of your heat. If you're warm-blooded, you walk upright. That's the law. Cold-blooded, ground. Warm-blooded, upright. Dinosaurs walked upright. I think they're going to be warm-blooded, and what those plates are, it's going to be the exact opposite. Those are going to be radiators. Those are going to be the ears on a rabbit. That's going to be the panting of a dog. That's going to be those big nodules and those huge ears on an elephant. That's going to be how he gets rid of extra heat. Okay, well, those are the arguments. Oh, by the way, the most important thing, half the scientists say cold-blooded, 30% say warm-blooded, 20%, obviously the smartest scientists in this university said, you know what? I think if I keep my mouth shut, wait until we see which way the numbers go, that'd probably be the best professional move I can make. So 20% had no opinion whatsoever. Well, here's what they did. Take one of those Stegosaurus plates, and they cut it right down the center, and then this is what they saw on the inside of the plate. Anybody have any? This is what the warm and the cold-blooded scientists expected to find. What are they looking at? Oh, something along those lines. What's flowing through them big holes? Yeah, blood. Yeah, they both expected to find that. Whether it's going to go up there to collect heat or go up there to get rid of heat, they all expected to see the blood vessels, and that's what they found. So here is their experiment to determine whether that guy is warm or cold-blooded. First of all, we'll see if he's cold-blooded. They constructed themselves 3 Stegosaurus bodies. And they put a couple different kinds of plates on the top. And I'll explain to you just exactly what I'm trying to draw here in a second. Up here they had 2 solid rows of plates side by side on its back. Down here, paired rows, just like that. And right here, kind of like your footprints in the sand, left, right, left, right. Well, inside these Stegosaurus bodies, they put some water in there and some little wires, and they can heat that water to whatever temperature they wanted. And of course, that water flows around in the body and then goes up to these plates. So the body temperature that they chose was 95 degrees. So they heated that water up to 95. Up here in the corner, they put a little heat lamp, just like what you get your food from Burger King under. Any of you work for Burger King? I apologize. That heat lamp's giving off heat at 105 degrees, 10 degrees warmer than the body temperature. And hopefully if that guy's cold-blooded, then maybe this is going to prove it. That cold 95-degree blood goes up in those plates. It's 105 degrees outside. He's going to get those things warm, and now his body temperature is going to rise up. Much to their surprise, that isn't the way it happened. First arrangement did the best. Got that animal an extra quarter of 1 degree Fahrenheit. Give you an idea on how small it is. Remember, this guy's the size of a school bus. He weighs 15,000 pounds. He gained a quarter of a degree. My ladies out there, human females are about the worst animal in the realm of nature as far as telling temperature difference. I can take you from a room at 95, move you into a room at 97, and most of you will not know a difference. And all the men are out there going, don't get cocky, guys. You guys are 2 times worse. Most of you guys can go from a room at 95 to 98 and a half and have no clue. Oh well. And we're only, you know, a lot of our women out there would like to be 130 pounds, you know, 5'8". Doesn't happen. So 110 to 250 pounds for us men. Try to imagine how small a quarter of a degree is, even to us. Try to imagine that for an animal of 15,000 pounds. But it gets worse. This one down here, oh, only 1400ths. And this one, only 500ths. Okay. Well, that certainly doesn't bode well for the 50% of the scientists who are saying he was cold-blooded. But the experiment's not done. We'll use the same exact models, and we'll see if he has tendencies for warm-bloodedness. Let's see if those things lose some heat. So all they wound up doing is choosing a different body temperature. 98. Here's your one major difference. They put these guys in a wind tunnel now with the wind blowing by at 5 miles an hour. And here's what wound up happening. One guy, he was hot. Whoa! 30 years he spent at this university. You and I, we all remember growing up looking at dinosaur books. You know, there was like 10 back then, and they were all green and gray. This was back in 1981 when this experiment was done. We had known for 150 years that dinosaurs were absolutely cold-blooded reptiles. But this guy spent 30 years writing books, 30 years at this university, and he sees the writing on the wall that, boy, it sure doesn't make sense for a cold-blooded animal to have an air conditioning unit strapped to his back. And he sees those numbers, and he goes over there and just grabs all that paperwork, flings it on the ground. I know that these dudes are cold-blooded. I've written it in books. I've given seminars. I've done postings. I've done books on tape. I look just about like the rear portion of a horse right now. But that's, you know, it's all right. It's okay. I don't care. And I'm here to tell you why I don't care. Because Stegosaurus might have been a warm-blooded dinosaur. That's all right. Because all the rest are reptiles and cold-blooded. Oh my gosh! Come here, touch that. Well, hurry up, touch it! Come on! Oh! It's 88 degrees in this room. Hey, you guys want? Yeah, right. Okay. It's 92. And that little girl, I think that's a little girl. I thought it was a little girl. But you know what? Her body temperature is only 92 degrees, the same as inside this building. She might look like a little human girl. But I'm here to tell you, at 92 degrees, she's vertical. In fact, she's laughing and she's blushing. I'm here to tell you that could not be a human being if it's cold-blooded. Not going to happen. Well, okay. I've been honest with all you guys. You be honest with me. How many cold-blooded human beings do you know? Not your ex-wife. Serious now. Not the dude at the IRS. How many? You haven't met a one. If Stegosaurus, even just that one dinosaur, if we could put together a whole bunch more tests, if someone could go back in time and do the little thermometer thing, or under his tongue, if you could get a thermometer that big. There's no way that if we could prove that guy to be warm-blooded, that we could continue to think that dinosaurs were slow, inactive, stupid, cold-blooded animals. I just want to open your minds up just a little bit and think that maybe these guys were very active, just like you and me. Before I let you go, I got one thing I got to ask my kids to help me out. Y'all come up here and you see this wall behind me here? 1,623 bones up there on that cliff face. That's the largest collection of dinosaur bones from the Jurassic or the middle period of dinosaurs found anywhere on God's green earth. There are 11 species of dinosaur up there, 3 meat eaters, 8 plant eaters, 20 complete skeletons have been removed, 8 complete skulls, more juveniles, and more different age groups of those 11 dinosaurs found here than anywhere else on the planet. The next closest place comes to the table with 2 complete dinosaurs, so you can see how far and above the competition we are. There are 400 sites where dinosaur bone occurs right on the ground. Outside this building, 400 sites. If you guys are out there messing around, you're taking a picnic, good. Keep waiting for the time I come down the pants. You know, split open, I'm waiting, I'm hoping somebody's going to have that video camera rolling. I really need that 10 grand. Well, I used to be in real estate. Boy, I'm talking taking a hit since being a ranger. Oops. You're out there. You say, you see this little, maybe this little nose sticking up out of the ground. You go, I know what that thing is. That's a Stegosaurus nose. Sticking out of there. Yeah. I was up there at the quarry. That kook of a ranger, Jason, I went to his program. He says, he got millions of these up here. And every time Douglas turned around, the Stegosaurus was in his way. He's not going to, it's nothing special. What do you do if you come up and you see a dinosaur bone out there on the surface, kid? Oh, no! There, before anybody else answers the question wrong, I want to let you know that all wrong answers, you'll summarily be sentenced to the dinosaur dungeon, and after you're dead, I'll throw your bones up on the quarry face. So you don't dig it out. What do? High five. Woo! Leave it. Then what do? Cool. Oh, beautiful. Why? Leave it there and call a ranger. Why? You're gone. She says, because I want. Here's what I want you to do. And I'll tell you why. You might have read the story up there on that plaque right there, which I hate with all my being. It says this was a sandbar. That sign was printed 10 years ago. And the thought was that it was a sandbar 10 years ago. However, we had a sedimentologist come in, and she said, guys, sandbar? Sandbar. You really think it's a There's hundreds of thousands of clams up there. Clams don't live in a sandbar, guys. Come on. Look at the way the bones are arranged. She says, duh, the mountains were in Nevada and the ocean's in Nebraska. This river is flowing from the west to the east. Look at the bones up there, guys. They're all pointing that way. This is the bottom of a river channel. The only reason we know that is because Mr. Douglas, before he died, had written in his book, leave these bones there. let the American public, let the citizens of the world come here and see them like they will not be able to see them anywhere else on Earth. They want to see them strung up, hung up, wired, and hung from the ceiling. They can go to any museum and see that. If you leave this way, it'll allow the people to see some of their death, the environment in which they lived, and the tragedy of their passing. And that's what we did. But now, today, we learn more from the sediments around that bone than we do from the bone itself. If you see that Stegosaurus snout sticking out of the ground and you move it, it's lost 80% of its value to science. And in this last 8 years of the 1990s, we have found not one, not two, but probably 3 new species of dinosaur that have never before been seen by the eyes of mankind. And if the visitor discovered that site and picked up that bone and taken it away, those sites probably would have eroded away long before we ever found it. So just be mindful. I know you guys are going, yeah, I could just as easily win the lottery before finding a new dinosaur. Not so. Not here. Your chances are real good. So we just ask you to keep your mind open and your eyes open. If you stumble upon something, look at it, take a picture of it, stand right up and do one of these. Take some pictures in a circle, because if you cannot find out where you were, if you give us those pictures, chances are we can. Chances are we'll know where you're at. And if it is a brand new dinosaur, we might just name it after you. Your real chance for immortality here at Dinosaur National Monument. So if there's any other questions, please let me know. You guys have been a wonderful audience. It's been great to have a big group after 2 weeks of small crowds. Now come on here, 150 people. I got no questions. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it. Are there no other questions? There's no questions out there at all? None. Wow. Okay, yeah. Those of you who don't want to be in my sweat house, please feel free to get up and leave. You won't. I have no ego to bruise, so please feel free to move on. But I'll answer whatever questions you want. This young lady, repeat that again. What new dinosaurs have we found? We don't know the names of them yet. They're brand new species, but we can tell you that they look like long-necked, long-tailed dinosaurs. Very exciting because the rock that we found them in is not 145 million years old like this. It's in the next formation over. It's 110 million years old. Time has changed. It's no longer Jurassic or the middle part of dinosaurs. It's now the Cretaceous. It's the beginning of the end of the dinosaurs. And those long-necked, long-tailed dinosaurs were thought to be extinct in North America. And we've got 2 skulls from long-necked, long-tailed dinosaurs up there. So we know at least we've got 2 long-necked, long-tailed dinosaurs up there. One of them looks like a Brachiosaurus. It's got the snout, the high nasal crest. For those of you who are Jurassic Park fans, that was a dinosaur that spewed all that goo on that girl in the tree. So that's what we know. We've got at least one of those, but we don't know the rest of the stuff yet. We'll have to get it out. Get it out of the rock, bring it down the lab. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's got a good point. Scientists used to think the Stegosaurus had maybe 2 or maybe 3 brains. And that's kind of interesting because we look at that animal and actually have found he's got a brain in his head, he's got a neural enlargement over his front legs, and a neural enlargement over his back legs. And what the scientists think is that he did all of his thinking up here in his little brain in his head, that everything that made his lungs fill with air, made his heart beat, actually made his body move, all those autonomic things that we also do in our quote-unquote brains, he did with his 2 enlargements over his legs. So that was the common thought, was that he had 2 brains, but he actually just had 1 that he thought with and 2 that he moved with, although they're not brains, they're just large neural enlargements. Actually, you know what? That's not such an odd thing. Animals which are very, very large have that same setup today. Giraffes have 3 brains in one. Oh. Yes. Good question. Stegosaurus might be warm-blooded. Do we have any other way to disprove that others were? Yeah, we could look at how many meat eaters we find in relation to how many plant eaters. If they're cold-blooded, we expect to find that a population would have 30 to 40% meat eaters in it if they're cold-blooded. If they're warm-blooded, you would expect to find only 3% meteors. And that is what we find up here on the quarry face. 3.74% of our fossils up there, which are meteors, or rather fossils total are meteors. If they were cold-blooded, we'd think there'd be a heck of a lot more of them versus the animals they were preying on. We'd expect that number to be 30 to 40%. But here, only 3.75%. So you can look at it that way. You can look at the track speed. You can see that Allosaurus was quite capable of running at 28 miles an hour, something that he would never attain if he was a cold-blooded animal, because he wouldn't hide. Want to give me 5? All right. All right. 28 miles an hour. He'd never be able to do that if he was cold-blooded. He doesn't have the lungs, he doesn't have the heart, and he wouldn't have the stamina to keep that up before he ran out of his stored energy. So, lots of good reasons to think they were warm-blooded. Yes, sir?
Any mammals?
How many mammals here? We have no mammals here that we found so far. All right. Oh, give me another one. All right. My own little cheering section. Mammals were around. This is another surprise. Mammals have been here 8 million years longer than dinosaurs have. So, contrary to popular belief, dinosaurs were not here first. We were. All right. But no mammals here. The river was too strong. The mammals were still too small. How about both? All right. See a little road rage in this guy right now, yeah? All right. Anything else? You guys have been great. If you want to help, go ahead. One more. Okay. Why is it that we don't find many skulls? Give you a little background on dinosaurs. See this ridge right here? Dinosaur skulls are made in 2 pieces. You got a left half, you got a right half. When a dinosaur died, it's going to die with its... Woo! All right. It's going to die with its head in the ground. Typically, dinosaurs lose everything that's got. All right. A lot of movement. When you die, if you were dying out there in the middle of the ground somewhere, the first thing you lose is your head, your arms, your legs, your hands, your feet, your tail, if you had one, would be whisked away. Well, dinosaurs typically lost all those things, and the head, being the lightest portion of the body, just goes rolling on downstream. There are many times, though, when a dinosaur dies and only one half, the part exposed to the water, gets sheared off. And a good example of that is our new meteor, one of the first new species we found in 1990. All the way down at the end of the quarry, you saw the cast of it up there. His teeth were in such good shape, they must have been dentures. Because he had every single tooth in his mouth, but only one half of his skull remained. The other half got washed away and disappeared forever. So typically, skulls are so rare because they're very fragile, and then they also get washed away and carried through the body quite easily. Anything else? All right. Well, I do appreciate your time. Any other questions? Come back here and ask me. Thank you very much. Hey, I don't deserve 2 in one top. Now, come on.